Hello, everybody. This is Living Word of Darkness, New York Rage across in New York, Rage across New York. Yes. Today we are in the house of Travis Moran. Travis Moran, who actually has never invited somebody to his house, but things get messy and shitty. So he will call Andrei and say, like, Andrei, my friend, we gotta meet. There's some shit's going on. And then he will go to the house with Alicia by looking around. Like he will make sure that nobody is following them. And like at least with a human or Garua can do. He will open his house. The Alicia will be actually surprised when he sees his house. He would expect Travis to be really trashy, but he's actually a really clean guy. He has some the you see that he has a LCD screen. There's a computer attached to it. Also with there's PlayStation 4. He doesn't play them that much, but well, you see he is the leather sits. So we will just tell you, okay, do you want pizza?
Yeah, why not?
The
Shall I put the kettle on?
If you want, the Travis will give the exact details of the house to Andre, and then he will order 3 large pizza, and his phone will ring, and he will just say "shut up" to his phone, and then he will wait for Andre to arrive.
After being told, that Travis wanted to have a word, Andrei naturally decided to take him up on his offer. After all, Trav's a friend. They've fought together. They've, debated things together. They're polar opposites when it comes to their respective. Let's just say their fighting styles, shall we say? But at the end of the day, there is still respect there because, they are Arun. So Andrei will he'll knock on the door as soon as he has gotten there, making sure to shake off all the snow which has fallen on him and his hoodie, clicking it off his boots as he does so.
The Travis will open the door, and you see he is holding 3 large pizzas. Said, "I hope that you're hungry."
I'm not hungry enough to eat 3 pizzas, but I'll try.
He will open the door wide. He will open the door wide open, and then he will wait Andre to come in. He will take his jacket. The house is pretty warm. The Andre will see that Travis is actually having resources tree lifestyle.
And Andre, with his resources 1 hoodie, simply smiles, nods, goes in. Make sure to wipe his feet on the thing to not bring any debris in it, because it's kind of polite like that.
Do you want a cup of tea? Alicia will call through from the kitchen.
No, thank you.
The Travis will take the jacket, and he will put a jacket to like where people put their jackets, and then dude, please see it. Let's just we have some problems that Painted Man is causing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go on.
And Andre takes a seat on the. I presume it's a couch or something like that with a little table in front of it. He'll take a seat on the couch before he'll wait until everyone's assembled before he says anything.
Alicia's going to come in with a cup of tea and beer for Travis, which she probably have found in the fridge.
Yeah.
And she's going to put them down and say, "You sure you don't want something that I can
feel yourself at home?"
I think I'll just go for a glass of water for the time being.
Okay. And she'll go and get a glass of water and put a few ice cubes in it, because presumably there are ice cubes in Travis's. Actually, he's probably got one of those ones which makes the ice in the door. So, she'll bring that through for him.
So may as well.
it will be Travis that who will, open the pizzas and put one into his mouth and then say, okay. Um, so Aaron is my brother, Alicia is my sister, and the Andre is a person that I actually, as I told the Alicia, who I learned a lot and who I like in the steps. So I kind of understand you two have problems. First, I know Andre, you are really fanatic about what you do, and I know Alicia, you're trying to help. And we all three know that we are trying to do something here. We are fighting with the worm. That's what we are supposed to do. So, for the future problems, we hold in the future problems. I would like to hold this, solve this problem, but I have another problem. So, Andre, I know that you don't, like Garu having friends outside of other supernatural, but I told you that I have, mage friends. It's like I have spent time with them. There's one of our friends who has been taken by the Garu, and they were put their gun to his kneecap. Guess who likes his blood? And they learn that he is friends with Alicia, and they're coming after Alicia.
Well, and Andre goes down to flip over one of the pizzas before he takes out a slice and bites into it. If you give someone enough rope, they will hang themselves, I believe the expression is.
Yes, well, I'm not entirely sure why Travis wants to kind of get you involved, but he does. So, yeah, basically, from what I can tell, since they've arrived at the sept, the only thing they've done is moan about me. They don't seem to have helped take on the Red Talons. They don't seem to have helped anything apart from feeding some of the kinfolk, which admittedly is a good thing. But it seems like they spend more time fighting fellow sept members like you and Travis and Louis and than they do fighting anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me seems like a problem, but like I said, I'm not really sure why Travis was desperate to involve you, but if he wants to, that's up to him. Blitzkrieg and I are supposed to be going to talk to them later anyway. He said I'm not allowed to talk to them without him, but then he's an Adrin, so he can make those kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the Morgan's bastard, Too Fresh. They are paranoid when it comes to worm. They see worm everywhere. Or I don't know, is it maybe Too Fresh's the behavior? They like to see blood. A lot of our own kin as well.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that. Tell me, Alicia, at the Emerald Spirit, did you not see how wrong the whole thing was? That there
Yeah.
was kinfolk in the middle of a Aurun fight.
Yes, the thing is, it's not my territory. Theoretically, it's Owen's, and as much as I tried to kind of discourage what was going on, it's not my position to tell him what he can and cannot allow in his own bar.
Alicia, you're a Philodox, aren't you?
Yes.
So why did you not be more assertive when you saw something that you knew was wrong? Why did you just simply...
Because it's not
No,
exactly...
there is no excuse for this.
Hey,
Quiet.
hey. Okay, let's just do like this. One person speaks, and then one person is done, the other person speaks.
Okay, I thought he was done because he was asking me the question,
Alicia?
and then he
Don't worry.
paused, so I was going to answer, but...
It's just like let both of you wait 4 seconds after you guys speak, okay? He smiles.
Yes, because out of character I've noticed that you do have kind of a bit of a shoddy internet delay. It's like this. As a philodox, and this is the way that my mentor explained it to me, you are to see the world from both sides. You are to see it from an I cannot remember the English word for it, but where you see it from no bias perspective. In addition to that, the law of the litany is like the gospel to you. Thank you. The law of the litany and the tenets within it are to be followed in all things. If that means you have to get in between two Arun, getting ready to fight in a situation that you know could potentially cause breach of that litany, or endanger that litany, or endanger the kin, or any other lives of your fellow Gauru, then you will do that. I'm speaking from an outside perspective, of course. I'm an Arun. The only things that come to my mind, the only things that I feel that I have been destined to do is fight. To fight our enemies, to fight the worm. I could accuse you of being many things, Alicia. Do I want to add incompetent onto the list?
Right. You think that it's easy trying to convince a pair of Aruns that we'll end up fighting whether you tell them to or not? Have you ever tried to get two Aruns to stop fighting? Seriously?
You didn't even try. You didn't even... You
Right.
just sat there, rolling your eyes, expecting that to discourage us. We didn't value
I did
your
my best to
opinion.
ensure that it was... I did my best to ensure it would go somewhere that wasn't going to be seen.
Alicia, remember our rule, 4 seconds. Please. And then he looks at Andrei. Please continue.
Mm-hmm. What if I told you I did it intentionally?
You did what intentionally?
That I started that fight intentionally?
Well, yes. The huge pecking order thing seems to go on. I mean, in the middle of the sept, Too Fresh comes up and ends up fighting Travis, because that's how people seem to work out rank amongst the Aruns.
No, not really.
Yeah, not really as well.
Not amongst any of the septs that I belong to, anyway. It must
Well,
just
I've only
it must just be a bone marrow thing.
4 seconds. 4 seconds. So, are you done, Mr. Andrei? Mr. Takamuti?
In a moment.
Okay.
It must just be a bone marrow thing. But I do think that, well, I do agree with Travis. Ever since they've come to the Sept, in the last month, in the month that they've been here, all that they have done is feed the kinfolk, which, as he said, is a very admirable thing to do, but when your pack consists of, to the best of my recollection, 2 Aurun, 1 Theurge, and a Ragabash, it does spring to mind, what kind of Aurun, does not wish to fight the worm, but would rather fight his own kin?
See, I tried to bring up the issue about Travis and Two Fresh fighting, and I get told that's just how Aruns are. That's just how they work out their pecking order.
Who said this?
I think it was either Aaron or Blitzkrieg, but someone said that, and I've only been in the one sept. All I have to go off is what I've learned here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do my best to make sure that it goes on away from where it's going to be seen, and that it's not shooting people in the middle of Central Park. But there's only a limited amount that I can do, because challenges are allowed. You're allowed to do challenges. You're allowed to fight each other. I think it's stupid, but that doesn't mean that it actually breaks anything.
When someone challenges me, it doesn't have to be end in fight.
Mm-hmm.
The Andrei challenged me for Foster, and we have played a chess game. He won, and he became Foster. And I told the Sept that he become Foster, but I believe the only thing that Two Fresh is able to or team to is fight, and this is a problem. So it's now your turn, Alicia, to say what you want, and after you're done for 4 seconds, Andrei will continue. And again, the reason I want Andrei to stay with us here or somewhere else, because I don't trust them. I have seen Morgan's bastard being paranoid about Alicia being Bane possessed, and they might even convince much worse things that she has done. I don't even know why they are, doing this. But well, again, when I will talk with Blitzkrieg about going with him when it's necessary. But again, if they break the word of the Adren by coming near Alicia, I would like to be there for defending her, because she's a fellow Garou who doesn't deserve to die.
Look, there's some things I can't tell you about what I have been doing for the Sept, but I can assure you that I am doing my very best to interpret the litany correctly, and to try and encourage people to not do stupid things like that. But challenges are challenges. I can't say, no, you're not allowed to challenge anyone ever. And all I can do, really, is my best in the situation. And considering I haven't had any other philodoxes in the sept, apart from a cub, until this last month, I think I'm managing fairly well.
So is that it? Is that all you have to say?
Unless you've got any other questions you want to ask, or anything else you want to say.
No. All you've given me is just excuses. And, well, I'm not sure who told me this, but I think it rings true. An excuse is just a lie concealed. Why, I would ask, that you put these excuses before yourself to justify your failings, I have no idea, but the end of the day, that is what it is. An excuse. It's not a explanation. Let me put it this way. Let us assume that my mentor was present in that room when me and Two Fresh were getting ready to fight. The first thing that they would have done is forcibly, if necessary, take the kinfolk outside of the room. And then they would have come back in and then slapped the two of us in behind the back of our heads. If they were a member of the judges, they probably would have quoted the exactness of the litany, word by word, and probably give us some minor punishment for our actions. But for the most part, we would have gotten off relatively easy, assuming that nothing had happened by then.
I think there was another fox as well there.
Mm-hmm. I met them.
I met her as well. Yeah.
She's one of my tribe.
She looks exactly like you, you know.
I know. We could pass for brother and sister to some degree.
So, we can talk this bar problem.
I will point out that kinfolk are not actually mentioned in the litany at all.
No. But they are, on general principle, needed for our future.
Oh, definitely. But there's nothing there that specifically says, or which I could use to tell people that what they are doing is definitively wrong.
Mm-hmm. But you're smart. I'm sure you'll come up with that you could come up with a way to twist the situation into your advantage to prevent conflicts like this from stirring up again.
Well, I can certainly work on that, but that doesn't change the fact that there is nothing there that I could have used in that situation. It did
Nothing
not
that
actually break the litany, apart from possibly risking the veil. And we checked that nobody else was there. And Owen went and closed the blinds and locked the doors so nobody else could come in.
Mm-hmm. But still, that wasn't enough. So again,
As I
excuse
said,
is a
there's
lie.
nothing...
It's an
4
excuse,
seconds.
Just a excuse
Go
is
on,
just a
Andrei.
lie concealed, as I said before.
So, Alicia, you know that I see you as a sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how much I like you, and how much I respect you. But the problem is, I believe we learn most from our mistakes and failures. Like, I lost a fight against Andrei when we were practicing melee fight. But I actually learned a lot that day. And again, you know, I don't know a lot about paradoxes, and I would actually, you know, stop that from happening because, you know, there was a kinfolk there. And even if I didn't show the litany, I would, you know, try to stop it. I know you. Don't worry. You would want to stop it as well. So, and as I'm saying, even if you, fail to do so, I think you learned something by Andrei telling you something. It's not me finding you guilty. I don't have that right to do it. But again,
I think what I've learned is that no matter what I do, Andrei will consider me inferior. That is what I have learned from this, because I've told you, there is nothing in the litany I could use. In fact, there is a part of the litany that could have been used against me if I'd tried to prevent you guys from fighting. You're supposed to respect the territory of another. That was Owen's bar. Mm-hmm. If he said it was okay, there's absolutely nothing in the litany I could have used. Admittedly, I could have physically removed the kinfolk, but that is it. And as it was, I did manage. I did stay as close as possible in order to minimize any possible damage to him, so that I could block it if anything did come in his direction, and heal him if he did get injured. And I made sure he got home safely afterwards, when he would have kept drinking and probably given himself liver damage.
She needs a slap.
Again, an excuse is just a lie concealed.
See, this is it. It's not excuses. It is explanation of the way that I think and the way that I try to deal with things. But, as I said, the only thing that I seem to have learned from this conversation that I didn't already know is that you're determined to think of me as inferior. I have done a lot for this sept. I know you have done a lot for this sept as well. I can't even tell you the biggest things that I have done, because I'm not allowed to. But I respect you as a fellow Garu, and it seems that whatever I say, you are determined to take it poorly. You are determined that it can't be a reason, it has to be an excuse. And this is why I don't know what could possibly be done with you, because no matter what, you're determined, and I do mean utterly determined, to treat me as unimportant simply because I don't go around bashing people's heads in.
When you guys, when the conversation gets heated, Travis, face palms, and then he says, "Okay." I was saying, he laughs, and then again, I was saying that we will fight the worm in the future, so we need to work together. Well, now I understand we can't work together. So what are we going to do is, we will look at the situation that we have at the hand now, like she is being in danger, a fellow Garu who is mistakenly, or, because they might be convinced about some stuff, or whatever. Do you want to stay at my house, Alicia? This is more comfortable.
I suppose it's probably more comfortable for you because, let's face it, my apartment is tiny and I'm not going to make you stay on the couch just because you refuse to leave me alone. I
No,
can
don't
look
worry.
after myself, but
You will sleep at my bed. Don't worry.
I'm
Like a
fine.
No. She will sleep at
And will
my
you
bed.
stop with that? Why is everyone
Please!
say that as soon as I
Please!
have male friends? It's
We
ridiculous.
are friends. We are fucking friends. Please.
The vast majority of the sept is full of men. I'm allowed to talk to people. It's friggin' ridiculous, and I don't even know why we're bothering to have this conversation, because as I said, he is determined to think the worst of me. I don't need reminding of the very first thing in the litany every time I'm around a male person.
Okay, it's just we are both, alone males. Blah blah blah. Never mind. Andrei, do you accept to stay at my house, which I actually haven't told anybody before, and like the location, for protecting a fellow Garu who might be in danger?
Well, it's nicer than sleeping in the sept all that time, especially now that the winter is coming.
Yeah. Also, we are going to watch Hannibal season 2.
Hannibal.
It's TV series.
Oh.
Cannibalistic serial killer who's killing everybody.
Oh, you mean Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter.
Isn't it?
So, this is last time I'm talking, and you two doesn't have to get along. I tried my best. Shit happens. Not everybody has to be charismatic as I am, never mind. But well, again, a Garu is in danger, and we are going to provide that. Alicia, stop being angry. Andrei, stop being angry. Me, stop being angry, and let's watch movie. Do our commentary about the comments about movie, and then talk like normal humans.
I'm not angry.
Oh, you're not angry. And Alicia? Look at Alicia. She's not angry. She's a woman. Shit happens all the time. Yeah. Are we guys alright? Dear? Alicia?
I'm fine. I
Perfectly
told you
fine.
I'm fine.
Good. Okay, everybody's fine. So let's eat pizza. And again, if they, Andre, if they come here and break shit up, don't hesitate to break my house.
Mm-hmm.
Every inch of it, break it, make it down upon them.
Mm-hmm. It's like this, Alicia. Yeah, in some ways I do look down upon you, but not in the way that you think. It's not because you're a woman. You're not a woman. You're Gauru. We all have this. The entire Gauru nation has a ideal archetype. That same archetype gets twisted for each of the tribes and for each of the auspices, but it is what it is. I don't behave the way that I do because I want to make you look bad. It's the same reason why my mentor always insulted me whenever I failed in some things. In fact, the exact same thing that I told you is what he told me whenever I said I couldn't, whenever I made excuses for why I could not do such a thing. Excuses lie concealed.
They're not always lies. Sometimes they are reasons. And
An excuse is a lie that you tell yourself. You say, I cannot get up there, I cannot learn this, I cannot do that. It's not I cannot, it's I will not.
no, it's I could not.
There you
Then
go.
I could not. Then I did what I thought was the best thing, and I did my best. If that's not, if I can do better in the future, I can do better in the future. That's not the same as saying I could have done better then. I could not. Not I cannot. Before I was Garu, I could not know about the spirits. I could not know that the things that I did to help with the park actually made an impact on the Umbral Realm because I didn't know there was one. I could not have done better then. Now I can talk to them. I can find out what they want. I can make it fit better with what they want from the park. What I could do and what I can do are two very different things.
True. But one has to learn how to crawl before one can learn how to run.
That is precisely my point. And if you are saying that I am a failure for not running when I am learning to crawl, I will tell you you are wrong. I will say I could not run. But that does not mean I cannot. It does not mean that I cannot become that person in the future.
There you go.
And that is what I have
Think a
already
little bit more like that. Who knows?
That is what I have always said. This is why the excuses aren't lies that I tell myself. They are reasons why I couldn't do it then. Not why I cannot do it tomorrow.
Okay. Are we done?
One last thing.
Okay.
You don't have anything to worry about from me. If anyone comes in here with the intent of doing something that they shouldn't do, I'll stick them.
See, I never thought I had anything to worry about from you aside from you undermining me as a person.
I don't think
I've
I need
always-
to do a lot. I would not have to do a lot in order to do that, if I wanted to.
Because everyone seems determined to think the worst of me, and it is true. If you ask around the set, everyone will tell you things that are hugely exaggerated, as though they are fact.
Mm-hmm. So as I said when I first came in here, sometimes you don't need to do a lot. You just need to give someone enough rope for them to hang themselves.
Yes,
Why?
but I am working for the Sept.
Well,
I want to make that clear. I am working for the Sept, and I am working for what I believe to be the best thing for the Garou and for Gaia and for everything else. And I believe the same of you. But the painted men, they do seem to just want to fight. And it's not about fighting, it's about fighting for Gaia. It's not even about fighting against the worm, it's about fighting for the Sept and for Gaia and for a better world.
See? Now you're starting to make sense. Anyway, Andre takes another slice of the bite out, a slice of the pizza.
Travis looks at both and says, well, I believe we both, start to get okay on stuff, so it's Hannibal time. I rolled misdirection, and before that I rolled persuasion. So I have 2 successes. If you want, block that, go on, but let's just end the scene, guys.
Fuck it. Let's watch Hannibal.
Okay. Alicia's going to excuse herself to head upstairs because she kind of feels more like she wants to decompress and take a bubble bath, but you guys can watch Hannibal.
Okay.
And there the scene will end.